Hey everyone, welcome to another Two Stupid Gamers video. I'm Master Stampede.
I'm Zero the Hero.
And we are joined by our friends.
Hi, I'm Bulbtastic.
And I'm BioZVenom.
And behind the camera, we also have Focal Frank helping us for some cool shots in this video as well.
Hell yeah.
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 So what we like to do every year is round up our best picks for the year. This is going to be Game of the Year 2024 content, starting off with our group selections. So why don't we take it away with category 1?
And that category is going to be Best Multiplayer. So let's get everybody's opinion in here first. Let's actually go to the Frankie Cam and ask him what his favorite game, multiplayer, from 2024 is.
So my favorite multiplayer game this year was definitely Helldivers. Killing all those aliens, killing the robots, whatever. Killing is fun.
I'm going to second that. For Super Earth, let's do this. For Super Earth, we must defend it. We must defend managed democracy.
At any cost.
At any cost. There's no expense too high.
Even our own life.
Exactly. Our lives are nothing.
Helldivers was pretty good. Bio, why don't you give us your favorite game?
As much as I love Super Earth and democracy and all that, I don't think it's not that chaotic enough for me.
Ooh.
Unlike Super Mario Party Jamboree, where all the friendship will come to die, and all the stars you get to take from them.
Yes.
That is my pick for best multiplayer game.
I don't blame you.
Zero.
Helldivers. Helldivers 2.
Oh, yeah.
I said it. That's, yeah. I don't know what else to say
All right.
for Super Earth.
Well, for me, I had a toss-up between two games, but I'm gonna say Pal World.
Really?
Really?
Pal World.
Pal World.
Yeah, like it came out. I think it came out in like January or February.
It did.
2024.
Yeah.
And it like kind of destroyed my whole life for a month. So
Really?
my other game was Grand Blue Fantasy Relink. I really liked it too, but
Didn't
I'm gonna
Pal
go
World
Pal
get like...
Yes and no.
It's
Yes and
getting
no.
sued,
Yes
but
and no.
also like, no.
Sony's like backing them up. Sony's like their publisher now or something. Yeah, I don't know.
So it's getting sued because of the capture method,
yeah, the ball.
but everything else is fine.
yeah.
They just got to turn it into a freaking trapezoid and they're done.
Yeah.
Big deal. Just going to be like, really, guys? Like, there's Temtem. They capture them in cards. What's the difference?
Yeah, there's so many clones of Pokemon.
So
right
it's like,
now,
fuck off.
There's cassette beasts.
Cassette Beast is fun, actually.
Yeah.
What is cassette beast?
Think of Digimon Season 4, but you capture the creatures you turn into.
Oh.
It's actually pretty cool.
Well, I'm going to side with Bio over there because I also picked Mario Party Jamboree for my pick.
Right.
Yeah, we
Good
got
choice.
that shot.
Good fucking choice.
Yeah, no, honestly, I wasn't expecting to buy a Mario Party game this year, but when I saw the trailer, I realized that they were doing more than just the standard fare for Mario Party games. You know, you play, obviously, local multiplayer, some online stuff on the boards. But really what was interesting to me was that they did... it's not really Battle Royale, but it fits in with like the Tetris 99 or the F-Zero 99 concept where they make you play little mini games, unique mini games for these modes only versus other players online. And I gotta say, I got hooked for a good little while. I feel like they could use some more variety, but yeah, just that mode got me excited to pick up a new game. Plus the regular content, like the boards, is good too. I mean, I would like a couple of more of like the retro games, but if you want the retro mini games that they had for Super Mario, you could just get Super Mario Party. The last one that came out on the Switch. But yeah, Jamboree, pretty cool. That's my pick for best multiplayer.
And if my count is correct, that means that we have 2 for Helldivers 2 and 2 for Super Mario Party Jamboree, which means we have a tie, everyone.
Our first tie.
First tie of the video. Holy crap. It's likely going to be like this throughout the video. Who knows? So congratulations to Helldivers. Congratulations to Super Mario Party Jamboree. You guys are amazing multiplayer games.
I'm only clapping for Helldivers, not Mario Party.
Oh, get the fuck out of this couch.
Come on.
No.
Change your vote?
Come on.
Wanna change your vote?
Get out of this couch.
I wasn't big on Helldivers.
It was a lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
Let's move
Let's do
on
that.
to the next category, which is going to be our indie game category. Best indie game for 2024. I want to start with Bulb over here.
Okay. I picked. This was a hard category for me. I had it blank for until 3 days ago. But I went with Nine Souls.
Oh, what is Nine Souls?
Nine Souls is it's kind of it's very similar to Hollow Knight. It's a Metroid clone, but it has complex combat mechanics, and it has this Dark Souls death system where you have to go get your thing back when you die, and it has a really cool dark story, and the characters are all really neat. Yeah, check out Nine Souls. I feel like it was underlooked this year, but yeah, it was really high quality. Yeah.
Bio, what do you have?
So your pick, when you pick Power, that should have been your best indie game. That's my indie game. Power World. You already know the deal. You can capture anything, creatures,
And put them to work to
humans,
make guns,
put
to
them to
make
work.
stuff, build stuff,
fighting
grow stuff.
gyms. I caught the first gym leader.
Oh yeah, I did that too.
I
Yeah.
caught the gym leader.
It was awesome.
I had 3 of them.
I don't think you do that anymore. I think they took that out.
I
think so?
have not updated my game since then.
Okay.
But she's making money for me
Damn.
and materials.
Frank, what do you have?
This one was a hard one for me. So there's 3, but you gotta choose one. I'm gonna say, ooh,
You can do it, Frank. You can do it.
Come on, Frank.
Power. Come on. Do it for the camera.
one sec, I'm gonna reset. It was between Balatro, Palworld, and Hades 2, but I think it's gonna go for Palworld also.
Yes!
Yo.
It's just such a good
Power World.
crafting type of Minecraft type game.
Bullshit, you're not focused on the crafting.
Yeah,
It's-
he has
Oh,
underground
the
base. I
crafting,
know
yeah,
you do.
yeah.
I know
Oh,
who
for
you're
sure.
putting to work.
Yeah, for sure.
The first
for sure.
gym leader.
Yeah, there's no fucking around. I remember getting the knife, and I was like, "Oh, how do you use this?" And I didn't realize that I used it on my pal. I just stabbed the shit on my pal, and I'm like, "Uh-oh!" Took me a while to get this one. So when you stab someone in the game, it just goes blurry, and I'm just like, "What's going on?
Yeah,
Why am I stabbing the shit out of my fucking pal?"
So my indie game pick, I was battling between 2 of them. So I was thinking about Elsie because I really love that game, but then I played the Plucky Squire. Holy crap. That game is amazing. Essentially, you're playing this character in a book that always wins against the evil guy in the book. Basically, think of Super Mario. He always beats Bowser, but in this case, you're a little kid with a sword, and you're always taking care of this evil guy. And then the evil guy realizes, we're in a story. I can just change the story. And then the kid gets thrown out of the book, and now you're in a 3D realm. So you go from 2D to 3D, and you can explore the table because you're in the room of a little kid who loves these stories and loves to draw. So you see pencils, you see paint bottles, you see brushes, you see little bugs as well, and you have to fight those. And you can actually pick up words and change the sentences in the book to change what's happening in the book. It's so extremely creative that not giving it that nomination, I think, would be an insult. So that's why I think the Plucky Squire deserves that nomination.
Wait, what's Elsie?
Elsie, think of Mega Man X, but on steroids.
Oh, okay. That sounds cool.
Elsie is an amazing indie side-scrolling platformer action game with a crap ton of upgrades, a hub world where you can interact with characters and actually get to know them and unlock even more unlockables and upgrades. It's also roguelike, so you just go in there and you just try to unlock as much as you can before you lose all your lives.
Okay.
It's actually an amazingly good-looking and fun-playing game, but it's not like you've played that kind of game before.
Yeah.
Plucky Squire, I haven't. And it's just so creative. I wanted to give it to Elsie, but I couldn't.
Well, that leaves me, and for me this year, I also, like a lot of these guys, there's pretty good indie game selection this year. But when Zero and myself and our buddy Frank went to PAX East this year, we got to stop by the Games Made in Poland booth, where we had a whole plethora of different indie games made by Polish developers, and one stood out obviously because it was related to cars. My pick is Heading Out by Serious Sim. I love this game. I streamed most of it. It's kind of like in the roguelike category, the procedural generate, maybe not procedural generate, but like the roguelike category, where, if I gotta be honest, I've kind of been tired of roguelikes for a while, but this game revitalized that for me. This game is very similar to another game I'll put in post here. I think it's called like Route 76 or something like that. But for me, it feels like Oregon Trail meets the Driver San Francisco games.
Wow.
Because it's a very interesting combination. You're running away via your car. You're being chased, and along the way, all sorts of different branching paths happen based on the decisions that you make, and you may end up a completely different route than the first time that you played it. The more that you play, you unlock more parts of the map to go to. So I really enjoyed it. If they do another game, I'm definitely going to pay attention to that, because for me, Heading Out, best indie game for 2024.
I'm so glad I talked you into talking to those developers.
For sure,
dude.
yeah.
I'm so happy you did.
That was an awesome experience.
So if my count is correct, Pal World gets the win for best indie game.
Frank knows.
It gets
Frank
the
knows.
GOTY award from Two Super Gamers. Congratulations, Pocket Pair, for developing Pal World and for pissing off Nintendo. Because honestly, it's a fun game. That's all I'm going to say. It's a fun game, and it deserves all the praise it gets.
Morals don't belong here.
Somebody had to shake the beehive eventually.
Yeah, I agree. Nintendo can't be the only ones that create monster capturing games that are fun.
Yeah.
Other people can do it too. I'm playing Temtem right now because it's free on PSN. It's fun. It's actually pretty good.
Moving on to the next category is going to be a category of video games that we're very familiar with here on this channel. That is fighting games. So for best 2024 fighting game of the year, Frank, take it away.
So this was hard because I liked Street Fighter, but I love the complexity of Tekken 8. Like, it just...
He knows.
Like, I'm definitely gonna play both, but just, play it. Like, one of my favorite characters is Asuka, and it just... so fun what they did with everything.
Asuka is bae.
Yeah, she is bae.
She is bae.
She is bae.
Yep.
What else can you
Very
say?
valid. Very valid.
Very valid. Valid as fuck.
Bio, you want to take it away next?
Me and Frank has been on the same page for quite some time. Tekken 8.
Tekken 8.
Give us your reasonings. Come on, let's
Very,
hear it.
very valid. My reasonings. Come on. Asuka's my reasoning.
Asuka's your reason.
Asuka's my
Oh,
reason.
yeah.
No, I kind of like not conclusion, but the story mode of Tekken 8. Jin versus why am I losing his name? Kazuya. Finding out Kazuya is a sneakerhead. That was
He's
amazing.
a sneakerhead?
He
Yeah,
is.
Kazuya is a sneakerhead.
He is.
Okay.
And then they threw out a DLC for Kenpachi coming back. So I kind of like that, but it's wrapping up for the next Tekken game. We also got some unknown contenders, like what's that girl's name, Frank?
Purple hair?
Purple hair, Rena, something.
Reina.
Yeah.
Yeah, Reina.
We got Reina. We got Coffee Lady.
Not Kenpachi. Hihachi's illegitimate daughter, probably.
Reina.
Yeah, who might have the devil gene in her as well.
She seemed like a cool character.
But but it's so complex. Like, they definitely changed the mechanic. They have a heat system. You can stun, shatter, mid combo. Again, Asuka. Come on.
We're going to skip Zero for a very specific reason and go right to Bulb.
Go right ahead.
Oh, why?
Yeah, you know what? I did Tekken 8 as well.
Bio, you didn't look at the doc, did you?
No, I did.
I love Tekken. I love Tekken 3. And I got 8 right away. And you know what? Despite all the good Tekken combat and everything, they also knocked it out of the park with the story mode. They have that Mortal Kombat 1 style story where it's like a movie and then you fight, but they did a really good job with it. It was really sick. So yeah, I was excited for that. Yeah.
And I'm going to say Tekken 8.
Yeah.
I'm also going to say Tekken 8. I mean, let's be honest, I'm biased because I love my 3D fighters. If DOA came out, I'd say DOA. VF came out, I'd say VF. Tekken came out, I'm gonna give it to best fighting game. I also really enjoyed, the visuals of the game.
Yeah.
Like, it's just such a pretty game to look at. And yeah, I mean, I haven't had a PS5 until recently, so I was playing it on the PC version, but
Go watch that video, by the way, everyone.
I'm definitely, yes, do that. I'm definitely gonna get it for PS5 as soon as possible. So yeah, for me, Tekken 8 all day. 0.
I am the outlier here.
No. This is a Tekken household. It's either Tekken or the streets.
I guess I'm choosing the streets because I did not choose Tekken.
You motherfucker.
Now listen, guys. I appreciate Tekken. I think Tekken's a good game. I just can't get used to it. When it comes to 3D fighters, if I want to move in a 3D fighting game, I want the access to all accesses. Don't tell me that I'm stuck on the X-axis, and to move into the Z, I have to fucking double tap up or down, which forces me to duck or jump.
Skill issue.
You call it a skill issue,
Skill
but people
issue.
tell me to go faster or slower,
Skill.
and I still jump or duck. Now, that's probably just a me issue, and I understand that. The game is still good, but it's just not quite for me. However, another game came out this year. It's more of a compilation of older games, but I gave it the nomination because I love it. Marvel vs. Capcom Arcade Classics Collection. Holy crap, thank God we got this, because MVC 2 and 1 and Marvel Superheroes and X-Men vs. Street Fighter were locked either on the PS3 or older hardware. We didn't have a way of playing this, and we finally got it with rollback netcode and everything. I love Marvel vs. Capcom 2. This is a game that I play with my family constantly, especially back in the PS3 days. Anytime I visit family in Virginia, we stay up until like 3 a.m. playing this game. I'm not even kidding. It's so good. It's so fun. Marvel 1, I used to play it at the arcades when I lived in the Dominican Republic. It has a very special place in my heart, and now I have a way to play it with family and friends online. That's where my money for fighting games went this year. It had to go there.
Marvel 1's my favorite in that
I respect
list.
it.
Yeah.
I respect it.
But does it count though? I feel like it's early 2000s.
Late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised Bio didn't pick Sparking Zero.
Sparking Zero would have gotten my nomination,
maybe.
but I'm gonna be honest, I never played any of the Budokai games, so
like
I can't give it the nomination because I couldn't get into it as well.
Like-
It's confusing to me.
Sparking has good visuals.
It does.
That's what it is. Story mode sucks. Lack of a story. No, it does have story mode. It's just lack of storytelling.
Listen, the story mode is literally just retelling the anime.
Yeah.
However, one thing I have to give Sparking Zero, I wish I was better at the game because I would have loved to do this. You have branching story paths, so you can have Krillin die in the Saiyan saga.
He dies in the same saga.
No, he dies in the Frieza saga.
Oh, wait, yeah, you're
He
right.
dies in the Frieza saga, not in the
Yeah,
Saiyan
you're
saga.
right. Yeah, I forgot.
You can have that happen in Sparking Zero, and Goku will go Super Saiyan in the Saiyan saga.
Yeah,
You
I
can
forgot
change the story and actually have branching story paths, which I really liked for Sparking Zero. But because I just can't get into the game, I'm not that good with it, I can't experience it. So I'm frustrated with it because I want to give it more praise, but I just can't.
Skill issue.
It is a skill issue, 100%.
Well, that's still gonna go to Tekken
Tekken
8
Yeah.
4v1. Yeah, congratulations Tekken 8, Namco for doing a real good one this year. Best 2024 fighting game.
We got to get the Waffle House stage.
Yes,
Yes,
they're working on it.
please.
They're working on it.
I hope they're working on
They're
it.
working on it. He wants to do it.
I want to get Colonel Sanders. I want to
He,
get.
he literally asked in the tweet, like,
Yeah, who's Colonel Sanders? Who's the KFC guy?
what?
I want to get him as a fighter. The KFC guy, the Colonel.
I was talking about how the creator was questioning what Waffle House was.
I want that stage too. I want the stage and I want the KFC Colonel.
Okay.
Okay, best platformer is gonna be our next category, and yeah, I mean, I'm someone that loves platforming games. For this year, I went with the Tomb Raider collection. I finally got it on the Switch. First, I played it on PC. I got it on the Switch. I really liked the ability to change between the classic style and the modern style. That's something that I'm noticing in other retrofied games as well. When I was a kid, I didn't have a PlayStation 1, so I could not play Tomb Raider. Now I finally get to do that, and I could do it anywhere because I have it on Switch. My second game, because this is a two-parter, is a game that I think all of you should play. Well, those of you that like Sonic Mania, is Penny's Big Breakaway. This was developed by the Sonic Mania team. It's their original game, and I gotta say, it feels like if you took Sonic, the Sonic R games, you know, the Super Sonic Racing, you kind of pulled out the camera a little bit. It's good. It's really, really good. You know, you're gonna have to get over the fact that, I mean, you're not playing a Sonic game, but it feels exactly like a Sonic game. So, also probably would have been a good category for indie game. But yeah, those are my two picks for best platformer. Let's have
Frank. Frank, what's your best platformer?
My best platformer this year is definitely, again, like as MASH, Tomb Raider remake. I mean, remaster. What was it called?
Yeah, it's a Tomb Raider trilogy remaster.
It's called Collection.
Yeah,
called the Collection
remake. Yeah.
We'll argue about that
remake,
later.
Fucking Collection, whatever it is. Again, like I played it too. Like I didn't have a PlayStation growing up, so I played it at my cousin's house. So I never got very far. Every single time I played a lot of the older Tomb Raiders. So I'd play, maybe beat the first level or two, but I played the first level multiple times. So finally beating that game, it's wild how insane that game gets towards the end. If you don't know anything about the first Tomb Raider, play it. You'll see how it gets. It's wild. But yeah, that I also have the same feelings on the controls also. Playing the old way is cool, but the second you switch it to modern, whew, it's such a difference. But yeah, there were times where I was playing through it and I would switch back to the original tank controls. I don't know how we did it back then. But yeah, that's my choice.
All right, well, I had three.
Three? What?
My first one was a game called Bakaru. It's a 3D platformer. It's on the Switch, but it came to PC later. It's like, I don't know if you guys knew the old Goemon Mystical Ninja game. He's like a Konami guy. But yeah, they made a spiritual successor to it. It was pretty good. It was a 3D platformer. My second game was Shadow Generations. Sonic Shadow Generations.
Yeah.
I really... Yeah,
Sonic Generations X Shadow.
Yeah, I really liked the Shadow campaign, but it was real short. And finally, I'm gonna pick the third game is gonna be my main choice. I picked Anton Blast. I think it came out like 2 months ago. It's a Wario Land 4 clone. You have like this hammer. The gimmick is that he has a hammer, and when you hit the ground, it flings him up in the air. But besides that, he has like all of Wario's moves. He can like slide and like slam on the ground, and it has that weird mechanic where at the end of the level, you have to run back to the beginning, but the level changes and there's a timer because it's gonna blow up. So yeah, that game is really sick. So yeah, I pick Anton Blast.
Yeah, no, it looks like a lot of us have different choices. I'm definitely gonna go with Astrobot though. You never played the Astrobot game they gave us on the PS5?
No.
Why?
No.
Why? No. Because it's good.
He doesn't play pack-in games.
No, disagree.
All right, so what? You don't like 3D platformers? What's going on?
I mean, I have a platformer game choice for this pick.
Whatever. So Astrobot is a brand new game. It's so much fun. That's all I can say. I love 3D platformers. I grew up on Crash Bandicoot. I grew up on Spyro the Dragon. I grew up on Mario 64. This takes all the good elements of those games and takes all the mechanics that we've had in all the Astrobot games on the PS4 with the VR game, the pack-in game we got on the PS5, and just turns it up to 11. The game looks beautiful. The game plays very smoothly, and all of the little cameos you can find and then also dress up as. Like the second I got the Parappa the Rapper skin for my Astrobot character, switched it to that, never switched it again. I love it so much. It's so much fun. The controller, the DualSense 5 flyer thingy that you use to go to all these different planets and worlds in Astrobot to rescue all these little cameo Astrobots, you can even customize it. And of course, all of the little effects that you get with the rumble and the triggers and the controller, it's so good. The DualSense was used to its to pretty much to the max potential that they could have in Astrobot, and it's just it's difficult for me to say that I can't have a smile while playing this game. Like, I'm constantly smiling while playing it. It's very difficult for me to not do that.
Bio.
And for my pick, even though Mash and Bulb are soft for not picking their boy, but mentioning their boy, is Shadow the Hedgehog Generations. Even though it's Sonic, though.
It's Sonic Generations.
I know.
Shadow.
I'm calling it Shadow Generation.
Bulb did pick it though. It's one of his 3.
How you got 3? Oh, never mind.
He put 3 in.
All right. Regardless, I like it because of the new storytelling, getting to know more about Shadow's origin, also revisiting old bosses, and they finally mentioned my boy Mephiles.
Oh my god.
Mephiles.
All right, so Mephiles, just so everybody knows,
The Sonic lore drop. Let's go.
is from Sonic the Hedgehog 06. He is a dark entity that took on the shape of Shadow. That's all you need to know. That's Mephiles.
They made him canon again.
I know they did.
They made him canon again.
I know they
If
did.
you ever play 06, that game got erased
Good.
from his own timeline.
Because it doesn't need to exist.
Well, that is going to leave another 2v2 tie here.
Wait,
we
who's
have
two?
Wait, oh yeah.
Sonic X Generations and Tomb Raider Collection. So we got another tie.
You got the two.
Congratulations to both of those. Best Platformer 2024. We're going to move on to the next category, which is Best RPG. Who wants to start?
I'll start this off because it got Game of the Year for me last time around. And for those who know, I'm talking about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So when I played Remake, I freaking loved it. Because I played Final Fantasy VII back in the day on the PS1. I didn't play it all the way through, obviously. But I just loved it. The story was great. The characters were great. So when I played Remake and all those graphical enhancements, the change in story, all the character interactions, I fell in love with the game. So of course I was excited for Rebirth when it came out this past year. Oh my god, it's just more Final Fantasy Remake. But now they actually added a new little mini game that you can play all around the world in Rebirth. Queen's Blood. It's a lot of fun. It's a very simple card game, but a nice little distraction from all the action, adventure, RPG, story, lore drop madness that's happening in Rebirth. Holy crap, just the beginning was fucking confusing. And I'm still in love with the game. I'm still in love with it. I'm in love with the freaking characters, all the interactions. The gameplay is as good as ever. I really love all the different new abilities you can have with all the new characters. Cloud just going in there and teaming up with Tifa, Red 13, or freaking Aerith, or whoever. It's so much fun. Yeah, so Final Fantasy VII Rebirth gets my nomination.
Nice. For me, this year, it's going to be, for Best RPG, I kind of had like a toss-up, but I decided to go with Persona 3 Remake. There's so much more that I'm going to go into in my solo, so I'll kind of save us some time on this one, but I'll basically just say that, like, this is a game that kind of needed to happen because there really wasn't a good version of Persona 3
Yeah,
up until
that's
this.
true.
Bulb
Yeah.
will back me up on this, but if you played one version, you have to deal with one set of things, and if you play another version, it's kind of like it doesn't feel like a full RPG. But yeah, so yeah, Persona 3 Remake gets it for me. That's
Yeah.
my best RPG.
All right, well, yeah, I was gonna pick FF7 also, but I had to go with Metaphor. Yeah, I picked
Another
Metaphor.
Atlas classic.
The full title is Metaphor Refantasio. Yeah. Yeah. No, Atlas put out Metaphor, and it was like, we were kind of worried because it seemed like there was no marketing. It seemed like it was going to sell really poorly, and it just like exploded. I think they sold 8 million copies in a week.
Damn, that's
Wow.
good.
Metaphor?
It's actually really good.
Yeah, Metaphor. It's basically it's a Persona game, but it's in a fantasy world.
Oh.
Yeah, and it doesn't have the dating and high school stuff. It's just
It's a straight RPG.
a straight RPG. During the day, yeah, you go around in the towns and stuff, but it has a really, really cool story. I'm not going to spoil it. Very original story. You're not really like saving the world this time, so Yeah, check out Metaphor. It's really sick.
I wanted to.
Yeah.
I really wanted to, but there was no way I was gonna put additional time into like a third JRPG this year.
I know how that
Yeah.
feels.
Yep.
For my pick, I actually have to agree with Zero for once. It would be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and just like him, I've also too loved the Queen's Blood game.
Yes.
Every time we got into a new city, I kept rushing to fight these car characters. And then Tifa, Cloud, Aerith.
Dude, the
Barrett.
chocobo riding?
Chocobo riding.
Chocobo riding is fun.
A lot of things they added, a lot of things they threw in. All the side, there's a lot of side quests that I've just been grinding that out.
You get a lot of bang for your buck, especially if you bought it during the holiday. That thing was down to $40.
Oh, really?
It went down to like $40. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That's a lot of bang for your buck.
PC versions on discount for pre-order. It's like $43 right now.
Do it.
Deals.
Do it. Get the deals. Get the deals, everyone.
But yeah, no. Again, as me and Mash had agreed before, this is not really a remaster. This is a reimagining.
Yeah, it's a reimagining. 100%. I have to agree with it. The story is completely different. It's not a remake. That's why I think Square Enix changed it from remake part 2 to just rebirth.
Yeah.
Now it's starting to make a lot more sense, especially again that beginning cutscene. I'm still trying to understand what the fuck happened, but we'll figure it out soon, I hope.
I think the third game is going to be called like Reinvention, or maybe I don't know.
Reignition.
Reignition, yeah. Ooh.
Frank, what do you got for us?
For me, I've been into the old school JRPGs currently. I've been playing Chrono Trigger, so
Respect.
I gotta say, Dragon Quest 3 remake or remaster. Remaster? Fuck.
It's a remake.
It's a collection.
remake,
Everything is a collection now.
It's a collection. But yeah, Dragon Quest 3 collection. I love old school turn-based games, and I think I'm like you, Mash, where Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. It's amazing. It's such a great game, but there are parts of it that don't hit the turn-based matchmaking, and I've been like I always crave turn-based matchmaking. So playing Dragon Quest 3 and even Dragon Quest 11, that's the first Dragon Quest I played and I loved it. So I was like, you know what? Let me try the older ones. So this is the perfect time to play one of the older ones, and I'm enjoying it. It's fun.
Hell yeah. Well, by my calculations, it looks like Final Fantasy Rebirth is the winner for the RPG category.
Well deserved too, because holy crap, that game has a lot into it right now. Guys, pre-ordered if you want it on PC. It's a lot of bang for your buck. It's 100% worth it in our opinion.
Yeah.
Awesome. And our next category is going to be best first party. This is going to be only for games that are exclusive to either Nintendo, PlayStation, or
Microsoft.
Xbox. Are we counting
Xbox,
Xbox?
yeah.
That's
I mean,
Xbox. Still a thing?
Xbox.
Do they still have exclusives?
I mean, technically yes, but
I picked
technically
I
they do.
picked the Xbox exclusive this year.
Oh,
You
really?
did.
Why don't you tell us more about that?
All right, well, I had a hard time with this category because I didn't play Astro Bot.
damn you.
I played the Zelda game. It was okay. It was pretty good, but I couldn't pick it. I went and picked Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Which
That's
is
already out?
Yeah, it came out in December. Yeah. I didn't think this game would be very good, so I tried it out, and I was really surprised by it. It's an amazing game, honestly. Like, they somehow managed to make like a stealth adventure game with Indiana Jones. I thought it would be like combat heavy first person shooter, but no, most of the time you're just walking around town, like sneaking around and solving puzzles, which that's actually what Indiana Jones would be doing. So I think they knocked it out of the park with that one. Yeah, it was great.
Quite surprising. I'm just going to go ahead and say it because I already said it before. It's going to be Astrobot. Astrobot is a Sony IP. It's only on PlayStation. I don't know if they're going to put it on PC anytime soon.
It's on PC.
It's already on PC?
It's coming to... Oh, wait. Astrobot. No, sorry. Cut me out. Cut me out.
So no, it's not going on PC just yet. But yeah, like I said before, it's hard to not have a smile while playing this game. It's an adorable little platformer. I love everything they did with it, and they kept releasing more updates and more stuff to do after the game was released, like all these like speedrunner levels and stuff. They put a lot of love into this game, and it shows. So yeah, that gets my nomination for first party.
Awesome. Mine is actually going to be a game that was already mentioned during Bulb section. I went with Echoes of Wisdom. I didn't think Nintendo could do it, but they made a very risky decision with the Zelda game, and they didn't mess it up. They did a really good job with Echoes of Wisdom. I'm curious to know why you couldn't pick it, but the reason I wanted to pick it was just because despite changing the formula quite a bit, having this kind of gimmick where you're, manipulating objects and you have a collection of these objects, it was actually a lot of fun. There are also parts that you can play as like Shadow Link as well later on in the game, although that's time limited, but the main focus is what Zelda is doing, and it was done very well. I didn't get to finish the game, so I don't know, maybe they shit the bed like towards the end, but I really enjoyed it, and that got my best first party.
No, I finished it. I thought it was really good. I think I just have Zelda fatigue. So,
but this is different. This is actually Zelda, firstly, and it's like the formula is warped.
No, it was very good. Yeah,
it was. Really
don't get me wrong. It was very good. Yeah.
So let's also clarify when we mean first party title. If it's owned by the company, even if it's on multiple platforms, that's still acceptable. Because I always kind of went into this, it's only exclusive to the console.
Yes, the problem with that is that, especially Microsoft especially, but also Sony now, and at some point I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo does this. You make more money when you sell your games to everyone. It just makes sense. So when we say first party, the game has to be owned by a major console creator. The game has to be owned by a major console creator. That's it. If they decide to put it on other platforms, it's still a first party game. So if for whatever reason Mario goes on to PlayStation or Microsoft or PC, understand Nintendo still owns it and it's on their platform as well. So it's still first party.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Frank, let us know, what's your first party pick?
My first party game would be Helldivers again. Helldivers 2.
Respect.
It just, there's nothing more fun than just blowing up your friends, your teammates, everything, while
with
just
an orbital strike?
everything. Yeah, with an orbital strike, even shooting them, or even with the arc gun, the arc cannon, I think it's called. Anything. Just you blowing yourself up, killing anyone, anything. It's just incredibly fun.
The patriotism is palpable.
Yep. Anything for patriotism.
Anything for Super Earth.
For Super Earth, yeah.
My pick for first party games would be Helldivers 2. Super
Yeah!
Earth. The Illuminants are here. You seen the black holes?
Yes. Guys, we have to dive.
We have
to dive in.
We have to throw everything.
As a matter of fact, all of us.
Yep.
We have to get in there.
We have to throw ourselves in the black hole and just be one with freedom.
With space and freedom,
with freedom.
And management, democracy.
And that's my pick.
For Super Earth.
Well, congratulations, Helldivers 2 with 2 votes. That takes Best First Party Game for 2024.
It gets the GOTY award.
All right, hey guys, this is Mash. We went a little bit over, so what we're going to do is chop up the video into 2 parts, so be sure to stick around for that. And thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next time.